Hi, I'm Andrew, and this is Viki. We are your lathe leads for the 2020 to 2021 season. In this installment of the GRT lathe training videos, you will learn how to use the turning, facing, and parting tools on the lathe. Before we get started though, remember to make sure you are following the safety rules of the shop. Wear your safety glasses at all times. Always roll up your sleeves. Tie back your hair. Make sure your shorts reach below the knees. Wear closed-toe shoes. And check the people around you. Facing is the process of cutting across the face of your stock to provide a smooth, perpendicular surface to the length of the stock, so you can measure accurately with calipers and set your X and Y axis zeros for further operation. Facing is also used to remove small amounts of material from the ends of your stock. Whenever you are facing to create a finished surface, the last pass should be 5/1000 of an inch or less. This means that if you are removing more than 5/1000 of an inch of material, you should always leave a little bit of material for a finishing pass. Here are the steps for facing your stock. With the motor off, clean the tool holder and the tool post to remove any metal, dust, or chips. Then, insert the facing tool holder on the tool post. Clean the chuck to remove any metal, dust, or chips and insert your stock into the collet or the chuck. Move the lathe carriage to the left until the tool edge aligns with the outer face of the stock. Turn the motor on and add a thin coat of oil to the face of the stock. Slowly move the tool into the stock, around 5/1000 of an inch in the positive X direction as seen on the DRO. Turn the Y-axis wheel clockwise until no more chips are produced. If your face is symmetric, this will happen when the tool reaches the center point of the stock. Back the carriage away from the face in the X direction by turning the X-axis wheel clockwise, then retract the tool in the Y direction by turning the Y-axis wheel counterclockwise. Note that if you retract the tool before backing the carriage away from the face, the surface of the face will be damaged. Examine the face end of your stock. If the face end is not completely smooth after one pass, you can take more passes by repositioning the tool further to the left and refacing in increments of 5/1000 of an inch. Turn the motor off and remove the stock from the collet or chuck. Rotate the stock, reinsert it into the collet or chuck, and face the other end of your stock. When your stock is faced on both ends, turn the motor off and remove the stock to wipe and measure the length with calipers. If the stock is now shorter than the desired part length, put this piece in the scrap bin. Cut new stock and try again. Write the measure stock length and the difference between the specified part length and the stock length on the drawing sheet. Parting is the operation used to cut large pieces off the end of your stock. Parting is slower than facing or turning because the tool cuts directly into the stock and removes more material. In general, you should only part when you need to remove more than 200,000 of an inch of material. For smaller cuts, it is easier and faster to use the facing operation. Exactly where you part your stock depends on the thickness of the parting blade and whether you are removing excess material to reduce the length of the stock held in the collet or chuck, or if you are parting the finished piece from the stock. The parting tools in GRT shop have blades that are about 100,000 of an inch wide. To remove excess stock, you should subtract 20,000 of an inch from the length to be removed To part a finished piece, you should add 100 thousandths of an inch to the specified length. This adjustment will account for the 100 thousandths inch thickness of the parting blade and leave around 15 thousandths of an inch to 20 thousandths of an inch of material for the final facing operation. Write this calculated value on your drawing sheet. Here are the steps for parting. With the motor off, clean the tool holder and the tool post to remove any metal dust or chips. Then insert the parting tool holder on the tool post. Zero the x-axis using the left edge of the parting tool as shown here. The parting tool is more delicate than the turning or facing tool, so be careful to bring the tool gently up against the stock face to avoid bending the blade. Move the carriage so that the location of the part is indicated on the DRO axis. Turn the motor on and brush the stock with oil at a particular parting location. Move the tools very slowly into the stock. If you turn the x-axis wheel at a constant speed, a large continuous chip should be formed, a sign that you are parting correctly. Add more oil as you part. If it becomes hard to turn the y-axis hand wheel, you should retract the tool, apply more oil, and continue turning the wheel more slowly than before. You may see oil vaporizing during the parting operation. When the parting tool reaches the lathe spindle axis of rotation, the parted material will drop down into the bed of the lathe. Before retrieving the parted material, turn off the machine and wait a moment for the part to cool down. Retrieve the parted material as you clean up the lathe, which you'll learn about later. Wipe off the part.
And that does it for the third installment of the GRT Lathe Training Series. You should now understand how to zero the X and Y axes, the basics behind parting, facing, and turning material on the lathe, and how to adjust the height of your tools. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them during class so that everybody can learn the answers. Stay safe. I hope to see you all working here soon.